wanna wake up in that city that never sleeps, never, and find out a #1, top of the list, king of the hill, a #1. These little town blues. Melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it right here in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make that anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York, New York. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, to the audience. Thank you. All right.
Wow. So, I just need to ask you one thing.
Please.
How long did it take you?
I get right into the hair.
Yeah, because I have a freaking hair obsession. I want to be Rapunzel before I die, and
I think I already am.
I know. How do you do it?
It's not all it's cracked up to be. Just don't get a haircut for decades.
My hair doesn't grow like yours.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no explanation for whatsoever. It just keeps growing.
Are you like that doll that it just pulls out of your head?
Something like a chia pet or something like that.
Yeah.
New version. I have no explanation whatsoever.
So New York, New York. How long
Yes.
have you been singing those little town blues?
This lounge thing, actually, the last couple of years, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is a fairly new project.
So, like, did you morph into being like the Baron vampire because you kind of look like him?
Well, thank you. I'm just being myself. Long story short, you know. Just.
Were you always into vampires?
Pretty much. It all started when I was a little kid watching The Count on Sesame Street.
What about you like?
That's a good role model.
Count
It's
on
true.
Count.
My first role model.
Jim
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. He comes back.
And he's a hero to
Did you like Count Chocula cereal?
Yes, then I moved on to Count Chocula, then Bela Lugosi, then some of the comic book vampires, and
So you were always drawn to that.
pretty much. There's always something about it.
But Count Von Count was the coolest character, I have to say.
Yeah, Count Von Count.
Can you count like him?
I'm working on it.
Yeah?
That'll be the next show. Then when I come back,
Yes,
we'll
because you seem to be a vampire specialist. I had a debate with a friend of mine. We were discussing whether or not Count Chocula would be the best basketball player out of all the breakfast cereal logo mascots. Because he had Chocula in the name.
That's true.
So we knew he had a mean dribble.
Okay, but Frankenberry's a lot taller though.
Frankenberry is taller, but he can only do lateral movements. I don't think
he's a little sluggish too.
Yeah, I don't think once you get him outside, I don't think he's gonna do too much.
Yeah, you might have a point. So maybe by virtue of that,
Yeah,
Count Chocula might be the one.
All right,
So,
I'm just take that, fuckhead.
He doesn't have too much competition either.
There you
He
go.
doesn't have any other serial monsters, unfortunately.
He's got Tony the Tiger. I think.
He seems like he'd be very wiry, very springy.
Yeah, he looks like he got good defense. Anyway, we're
You
getting
don't
off
think,
that.
you don't
That
think,
could be another show
you
altogether
don't
as
think
well.
the Lucky Charm leprechaun would have some magic? And
Well, he's
he could
Irish,
get
so we
it?
know he can shoot. He's definitely gonna have a three-pointer like Larry Bird. So who knows? Who knows?
It's a tough choice.
All right, so
That one.
Baron,
Yes.
you actually did this whole shtick in Europe. Is this true?
Yeah, I certainly did. In all places at the Kremlin in Moscow back in September.
In the Kremlin.
Absolutely. An awards ceremony.
And did they go crazy over you?
It was a phenomenal response. I had my comrades swinging and swaying in the aisles.
Did they
it was something else.
understand your English? Like, did you sing in Russian?
No. I sang these SInatra songs and
Yeah.
hard songs. They
And
wouldn't,
they
wouldn't let
don't-
me do New York though.
They
But,
wouldn't let you.
Damn right they wouldn't.
I don't want to start an international incident, but it's all good.
Is that really true?
No, it definitely is.
So
yeah,
what
yeah.
was the biggest hit over there?
Probably My Way, and then Mambo Italiano. So that was
So you could
quite
sing
a
it.
surreal
You could
experience.
sing. Did you sing that in Italian?
Some of the words were in Italian, some were in
And that was okay.
Yeah, everybody loves the Italians, it seems. Ever since we got rid of the fascism thing, everybody likes us. So
Now
that's a
your
good thing.
last name. What is that?
It's actually Italian.
It is.
Sicilian, my father's side. Maybe a little bit of Greek if you trace back the ancestry.
Oh, before they were separated.
Something like that, yeah. Not
So
too much is known
it was
about
like
it.
what is that? Caesar and what's the other one?
Dean Martin.
There you go. I love Dean Martin.
Yeah, me too.
I was telling you, Dean Martin, I saw that infomercial of his show. Did you ever see it?
Oh,
You
yeah, I
said
watch it
you
all the
saw.
time. Yeah, if it
And
comes on, I'll watch it till it's
that
the
infomercial
duration.
of Dean Martin's show makes me think ReW and WhO. If we could be any show in the world, it would be the Dean Martin
All right.
hour.
I feel like I already am in some ways.
I
You know?
do
A
too.
cross between that and like Bela Lugosi or something.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
just love Dean Martin.
Me too.
He was just too cool for
It
everything.
doesn't get any cooler than that. Let's put it that way.
No, and he had his little cigarette. That's when smoking was not bad for you.
Well, it was bad, but nobody knew or nobody cared or
Nobody
something.
cared.
You
Yeah,
know.
It was just so
You see all those old movies, people are smoking.
Yeah.
It's back when doctors
Oh.
recommended smoking. You know,
Unfortunately, a lot of the greats succumb to.
Oh, they would say go home and have a
They
cigarette?
would go, 8 out of 10 doctors smoke this cigarette. You go, I don't think they
The
should.
cemetery still like that. You know?
Yeah, you should be
Unfortunately, a lot of the greats succumb to.
So what's your website? How do people find you, book you? Do you bite anyone?
It depends.
Okay.
Depending on the situation.
All right.
There's a few different websites. For this act, we have BaronRetroLounge.com. And then for my regular goth, yelling and screaming stuff, a few things. Overtone Comics, which ties into my comic book series. And Visaria.com, my gothic heavy metal band that's on hold. So a lot of ways to reach me. Here is the legendary Mr. Frank Wood.
Yeah, he's sounding like Santa Claus.
I couldn't imagine being at Otto's without Frank being a few feet away from me, so it's good to have him here. With his fucking bullshit
I
t-shirt
know,
that
I
he's got
love
on.
it. I love it.
It's a
So,
beautiful thing.
so we do have a little segment on the show called Skeletons in the Closet.
Ah,
We would love to know a skeleton from the Baron's closet. And it is
Sure.
National Cheese Fondue Day.
I can say.
And then we have more treats from Build a Better Planet.
excellent. It's going to be a long night.
It's
Put it
going to
that
be a yummy, delicious.
Excellent.
So do you have a good skeleton?
Skeletons in the closet. Well, recently I acted upon a twisted desire that I've had for a while, I must confess. First time I'm going to make a confession here on the
Thank
show.
you, thank you.
I've always had a long-term desire to be the frontman of a Britney Spears cover band.
Ooh.
And recently I actually went into the studio and I recorded vocal tracks for a remake of Even More. And I programmed all the tracks as
Really?
well, yeah.
I love Britney. I
Me too.
have
What'd you say, Disney Moore?
Britney
Not that deep.
Spears. I love Britney Spears. She's one of my all-time
You did
favorites.
Disney Moore?
Yeah, that's that's some of the time.
What do you think of,
So yeah, I had to admit that.
what do you think of Blackula as a vampire? Where does he
he's,
stack up?
Dracula's soul brother, as they said.
Okay. Did you ever see Blackula?
Yeah, I certainly have. And the
Sure,
sequels as well. plenty of
sure,
times,
make it a
yeah.
black day.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh my God, the race
One of
car.
my favorite movie stars, Blackula. No
Oh,
question
really?
about it, absolutely.
Great soundtrack. Terrible.
Yeah, I
Great
have the soundtrack also, actually. Yeah, great soundtrack.
Dracula.
Do you have a favorite vampire?
I guess the Bela Lugosi Dracula and the other vampires he played, that's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people also. But a lot of greats. Nosferatu, the German 1922
Nosferatu's good.
bald-headed vampire. A little plus for Nosferatu over here. That's a
Eddie,
great thing.
Big fingers.
How about Eddie
Him
Murphy?
too.
Eddie Murphy as a vampire.
Vampire from Brooklyn. Yeah, that was, you know.
Yeah. Again, it's a black
yeah.
day.
What? It's the only card I got.
So any last shout outs? I mean, do people just like have their mouth open when they say like in awe?
I don't know if it's an awe or if they're nauseous or something, but it's
You're kind of like retro but current at the same time.
something like that. Yeah, I'm just being myself, whatever comes natural, you know. But
Good for you.
yeah.
So like if you were walking down the street, you'd just look like this
Well, I
naturally?
don't always wear a tuxedo. Only when I come to the Lower East Side, I wear a tuxedo.
I appreciate
Dress up for
that.
that.
Classic.
Yeah. Things are getting too normal around here, so I gotta present it.
And do you always wear your hair down? Do you ever let it out?
It's usually out for the whole gothic heavy metal spiel, but for this, I figure it's more appropriate to have it tied back,
Wow.
D-Mark style, you know. So.
So do you like mermaids?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? What's there not to like?
I know. I mean, I'm just like still. Do you like Rapunzel?
Sure.
I mean, if
Lady
you
Godiva
love
and
it,
all those.
she's the
Yeah,
next, of
all the
course.
classics.
Do you ever do the Lady Godiva thing?
It's been a while.
But you've done it.
Sure, of course.
You
Gotta live
can.
up to the image. You know?
Exactly.
Now, is there a specific look you go for when you're doing your goth thing? Is there like a cape or is there you go Victorian or you just
Yeah,
go
all of the above. The cape, the vinyl pants. You know, these pants are much more comfortable. That's what I like about this act. A little less high maintenance. I don't have to spray white streaks in my hair. You know, so it's a lot more comfortable. These shoes, I'm heavily into these shoes. So it's a beautiful thing, you know?
I respect
Well,
that.
thank
Yeah.
you. Do you want to tell your website one more time, and we'll have it like us on Facebook?
sure,
You have a like
absolutely.
on Facebook page.
And I do want to plug a show real quick also.
Please
But
do.
again, the website is BaronRetroLounge.com. And a couple of things we have coming up. This weekend I'm doing a wonderful 3-day horror convention in Rockville Center, Long Island, if anybody gets out there. The Macabre Fair, where I'm doing this routine and also the goth routine. So you'll see this split personality in action.
Wow.
And then the following weekend on the 20th, a burlesque show that I'm collaborating with
What do you wear for
Burlesque.
that?
For the burlesque show, I'm wearing this.
Okay.
I'll be fully dressed for that.
So no sequins on you.
Not for me, for everybody else.
All
The
right.
show is called Metropolis Cabaret at Uncle Mike's Tribeca on the 20th. Be sure to join us. It'll be a regular
That
ride.
420 is going to be one hell of a day in New York City.
We have a lot of stuff going on.
Are
But
you
that's the
keeping-
true spirit of New York City. So
Are you keeping your pants on for that burlesque show, or?
I'm fully dressed.
You don't have sequin
Nothing like that.
underwear?
What you see is what you get. Like everybody else will be doing all sorts of
I mean,
outrageous
nobody else
things.
is doing the pantsless vampire look if you ever.
They're doing the pantsless burlesque dancer look.
I mean, fair
But,
enough. Okay.
Yeah, but I'll be fully dressed. So yeah.
That's what you're saying now.
I know.
Well, you'll have to come to the show and see.
Yeah.
You know, so you know.
Going on.
Well, thanks for visiting.
It was
Come
my
back
pleasure.
and sing a song anytime.
I certainly will.
I would
Absolutely.
love it. We love
The
that
pleasure is all
stuff.
mine. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for
Can
having
you
me.
say some vampire-y thing? Like,
Is this some vampire thing?
yeah. Like, I want to suck your blood.
Well, I have the Brooklyn accent. It's hard to
So
get
do
rid
it
of
like
it. So,
that.
Do the Eddie
Do
Murphy
it in
one.
Brooklyn.
how about may you all live to be 1,000 years old, and may the last voice you hear be mine. Thank you.
There you
That
go.
was Sinatra's catchphrase, actually.
Aw, really?
All right,
He used
yeah,
to
yeah.
say that?
He said 100 years old, so to make it more vampiric, I figured 1,000 years old. But he did say that.
Say it again.
He used to say, may you all live to be 100 years old, and may the last voice you hear be mine.
Frank
More of a mob
Sinatra.
kind of a
New
thing.
York
So,
accent is so heavy. It's awesome.
you know,
You think?
it's a beautiful thing.
Where are
So
you from?
good. Jersey.
Oh, figures. All right,
Oh,
we'll be
what?
right back.
You don't got the Jersey accent, though, so that's
Well,
good.
you know, so
Similar accents.
I'm not gonna play that card again. But
I'm
you know.
Yeah, good, good, good.
I'm kidding. All right.
All right.
David, how are you?
Fine.
The victims have been blessed.